Morning, welcome everyone to Express Meditation. Um, last week or last 2 weeks actually, we were meditating on the selflessness of our person, of our I. So hopefully gives a little taste of the Buddha's teachings, um, a little experience, and today we'll do the selflessness of phenomena. So not the I, but all those things out there, all those things that look so rock solid and um, tangible. They're not always tangible. So that's what we'll be looking at. So we start to come into this space and prepare ourselves or prepare our mind for meditation and thinking that everything comes from the mind. And that's why we put so much emphasis and focus on working with the mind, on meditating and changing the mind. It all comes, all our happiness comes from the mind. All of our suffering comes from the mind. So the mind is, as Lama Zopa Rinpoche continually explained, it's all coming from the mind. Our happiness, our suffering. When we have an injury and we suffer, it's coming from the mind. When we have the chocolate ice cream and enjoying the bliss, it's coming from the mind. So we settle our body so we can work with our mind. We get into our comfortable position, our straight back, and no tension and releasing, and bringing our attention to our breath, bringing our focus a bit more internal. Just observing our breath, slow breathing, each inhale as it enters the tip of the nose, the nostrils, all the way down into our lungs, deep into the bottom of our lungs, the expansion of our abdomen, and then the exhale as the body contracts and pushes that air up and out of the lungs, through the airways, right back through the tip of the nostrils. So we'll just sit and observe this breath and this cycle for a moment. set our motivation for our meditation. Just thinking about what we were contemplating earlier, that all the happiness, all the suffering, everything comes from the mind. So we need to understand the mind, the workings of the mind. And we do this through meditation, making these contemplations. And it's not just for ourselves, but for every living being in this universe. Every living being is experiencing suffering and the causes of suffering. So by developing our minds and uncovering the workings and the delusion, then we can slowly free our minds from this state of samsara. And then once we can reach that enlightened state, and it's only in that enlightened state that we can be of benefit to others, then we can make a difference. Only then. Now is a bit superficial. So when we meditate on the selflessness of phenomena, it's very similar to what we did with the meditation on the selflessness of person, of the I. It's just um, a bit more outwardly projected rather than inwardly. It's because the phenomena, they don't exist from their own side. They appear to exist. They appear to be autonomous, and they appear to be self-supporting. They appear to be truly existent, but in reality, that they don't exist in accordance to um, this mode of appearance. But they're still not um, non-existent. They do exist. They do exist because we experience this suffering, we experience this happiness, and we engage in activities. So I guess we could say that um, these phenomena, they exist empirically. So how can we understand something that doesn't exist but exists? So if we use an analogy like a dream, like an illusion, or like a appearance of a horse that is made available to us through a magician's work, or maybe an echo, or a reflection of the moon on the surface of a lake. So all of these things, they they appear in a certain way, but they do not exist as they appear. So I think that's the whole thing. The existence and the appearance have a divergence. So they understand these examples clearly. So a dream, we know, it's not real. And then if we have a house that's in our dream, the house is not real. But still, it is there, and it comes about because of this ripening of these various mental imprints, these imprints that are ripening while one sleeps. And when these imprints are finished, then the dream ceases. It's gone. It expires. It evaporates. And then the reflection of the moon on the water on the lake, it's not the real moon, but it still has the appearance that it's there. And it arises from this collection of these conditions, um, such as the lake, the stillness of the lake, the moon that's in the sky. So all these conditions build this illusion that the moon is in the lake. Or we have the echo of a voice. It's not the actual voice, but still it is an echo. It exists and it comes about because of these certain conditions. So it's in the same way that all the phenomena, although they don't truly exist, they exist on dependence on the coming and going of conditions. So this is the existence of the phenomena. And if we investigate them using this ultimate analysis, just as we did when we um, meditated and analyzed the person, then it's the same. It's impossible to find them. And when we do this analysis, we reveal that there's this lack of a truly and independently existent person, phenomena. And it's not that the phenomena they don't exist at all. Something exists, but just not the way it appears. So when we do this ultimate analysis and we apply the meditation, then we arrive at this experience of this empty space where the object of negation, say the house, it no longer appears. But then as soon as we rise out of that concentration, we come out of the meditation, come out of the analysis, then once again the house appears, forms appear, but they appear in a special way. So they still appear as existing truly on their own side. One can see that they don't exist in the way they appear. So there's a bit of a shift in the appearance. So in this post-meditational period, one begins to see that phenomena appear like dreams. They appear like echoes. They appear like the moon and the surface of the lake. So they have this appearance of both truly existent and not. So the meditation on emptiness using this ultimate analysis, and it arrives at this experience of space. And this is of a twofold purpose. On the one hand, it serves to eliminate our habitual bad tendencies and the latent impressions that are created through these actions that are based on this self-grasping and all of our defilements. So we can see how this is gradually, it abandons our negativities, or it abandons our obscurations, our limitations. And then on the other hand, through the meditation on this ultimate truth, then we accumulate this collection of wisdom, this collection of ultimate knowledge. And then in addition, in this post-meditational period, so we meditated on the dreamlike house. And then when we arise out of this post-meditational session, then we see these phenomena like the dreams, like the house, like the echoes. We see them appearing as truly existent, but not existing in the way they appear. So it's through this understanding, then we can act in accordance with reality. We can practice Dharma, and thereby we accumulate merit. And as merit, this is also necessary for the practice of the path. So when we take these two practices, this sometimes called space-like yoga of concentration. So we take that and then um, yeah, the concentration on emptiness. And then we see phenomena as existing in the manner of illusions. So we can gather these two collections of wisdom and merit, and then we develop in a positive way. So as a practice for the week, it doesn't have to take a long time, but just spend a few minutes on meditation and contemplation. And it could be 5 minutes. And choosing an object, whether it's a, a moon in the lake or a house or a car, doesn't matter. And go through this contemplation of how does it appear in the state of meditation. And you get a real good a real good illusion, appearance of what this object looks like. And then during the day, outside of the meditation session, try to observe how that object, that phenomena, how does it appear? How does it feel in the post-meditational phase? And if you can stay with the same object day by day, observe how this experience changes or doesn't change. So it becomes a little exercise. It's not just intellectual on the cushion, but bringing it into our post-meditational phase. It's because this practice of the path that consists of abandoning the negative and actualizing the positive. And the best way to do this is to accomplish this twofold task that's through this practice. Um, so the practice of meditating on emptiness, and then combining this with seeing objects as if they're illusions. So we dedicate all the merits, all the contemplations that we've made during the meditation. May we realize emptiness. May we see all phenomena as illusions, that they exist, but they don't exist how they appear. And through this analysis, through this power of meditation, insight, and wisdom, may we free all sentient beings from samsara and dedicate to all the sentient beings that are suffering, especially through the storms and the wars of our current times, and all of our loved ones that have recently passed. May they find a precious human rebirth and continue on the path to enlightenment. Thank you, everyone.
Bye, everyone.